Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be playing a game called Albion Online. Basically, the developers contacted me and asked if I wanted to do a brand deal with them, and normally I don't really pay any attention to stuff like that. However, this time I actually looked at the game and found that it kind of reminded me of RuneScape. I've got many fond memories of RuneScape from back when I used to play that game a lot, before Jagex absolutely gutted the thing and ruined it. And so I said, hell yeah, sign me up, and that's why I'm here now, checking this game out. So I've played it for about 2 hours, and I've also watched Force's series of videos on the game. His do a pretty good job of giving you an idea what's going on. And this is actually, the place that I'm at right now is the kind of newbie beginner little area in the game. If I just throw up the map here, you can see it's this kind of square, and then there's a bridge into the mainland. And the game actually doesn't start you off with a quest or anything like that. No, you just have, if you look here at the bottom of the screen, just above the Destiny board, you can see I've got a bunch of, objective things here. So what goes on is, essentially when you start off, it asks you to go and collect some wood, and then collect some stone, and build yourself some of the basic tools. Now, because I want to show you what that system's like, I just deleted all my tools, and we're going to do it all from scratch. So the first thing to do is just to collect some wood. And how do we collect some wood? Well, as it is with many games, you just whack the wood with your fist, and eventually the wood will end up in your backpack. Magic. Same goes for stone as well. I can't imagine how painful it is mining stone by just punching it, but I suppose we're pretty strong. So yeah, you just click on the wood, and then you get the wood. Now, for better kinds of wood, I think you do need better tools, so you can't just, I don't know, whack a yew and grab some yew logs. But yeah, so I click on this stone, then I get some rough stone. And if I look at my bag, you can see, woohoo, I've got 18 rough stone, and I've got 7 logs. And you can see there's a little 1 there beside this. The 1 means that it's a tier 1 crafting resource, and that's how they kind of distinguish the various kinds of resources. I think you can get from tier 1 to tier 8. So for an example, tier 1 tools are crafted with tier 1 resources, and then tier 1 tools will be able to gather tier 2 resources. So you kind of, crawl your way up the ladder until so you can get the better stuff. So here is this little crafting dude. Now, as I said, I don't know if I said this, but, it's a Sandbox PvP crafting MMO, a bit like what RuneScape was like. And, yeah, you have these, crafting stations spread throughout the world. Some of these are placed by the devs in places, but also some can be placed by other players. And I'll talk about a bit about what I know of the player housing in a minute or two, once I get near an area that's got some player houses in it. Anyway, so if I click on this, it brings up the crafting menu that this, forge dude is able to provide me with, and I can make weapons, armor, tools, and, yeah, well, just them. So, the first thing we're going to need, or at least the first thing the game told me I needed, was a skinning knife. So if I click on the skinning knife, you don't need to worry about this little spell thing here, I'll explain that in a bit. But if I go to resources, you can see it costs 3 logs, and then it costs 3 stone. And I hit craft, and what will magically happen is I will twiddle my arms together, and a skinning knife will appear out of nowhere in my hand. Hurrah! And now I've crafted a bit more than what I needed, so let's also grab ourselves an axe, because I'm going to grab some more wood. So if I then hit craft, then hurrah, I now have got a skinning knife and an axe, which is pretty awesome if I want to whack things. Right, well, we got that skinning knife so we could kill animals to get some leather, so let's just kill this rabbit. And then if I click on the rabbit's corpse, I can get some rabbit hide. And that rabbit hide will be used later on for crafting myself some armor. So that's kind of nifty. Let's just click on this tree again. And because I'm now using an axe, I can, I can get resources from it a little bit faster, which is kind of nice. I think I've already got loads of rough stone. Yeah, I really don't need any more rough stone. Now, this game doesn't seem to be too limited in terms of bag space, because things stack up so high, but there is an encumbrance system, so if you pick up too many things, you run slower. And I kind of understand why they've done that, but I think I just need to play a lot more of the game to know if that was an annoying thing or not, but certainly I know that in, say, Oblivion and Skyrim, the encumbrance system just did my head into the point where I think I modded it out or something. So, take that for what you will. Anyway, let's go craft some stuff. Right. I probably need a weapon, and this... Oh, no, I can't get a weapon. I need to cut down another bit of a tree. Alright, so time to build a broadsword, because we need to fight things, because violence is awesome. So, beginner's broadsword. I'm a beginner, and that will suit me fine. Now, this actually puzzled me at the start, right? Because I had resources, I understand what that is, it's what it takes to make it. Stats, the stats of the item, makes sense. The craft button, I think we can assume what that does. And then spells, I had no idea what this was, because I didn't know what the game's ability system was like. Now, this is a game that's actually classless. Like, anyone can equip anything, and your abilities are based on what you equip. But more than that, like with this broadsword here, I can choose. So the broadsword's got this passive ability, which means that each auto attack heals me for 5% of the damage that I deal, which is kind of nice. But then it's got this other slot here, and this is kind of like an active slot. So I can either choose Heroic Strike or Careful Attack. Careful Attack boosts defense, and Heroic Strike does more damage, so I'm just going to go with Heroic Strike for now, because I like doing damage. So if I then do that and hit Craft, this should appear any minute in my bags. There we go. And I can now equip that, which is kind of nice. Let's see, so I've got 42 tier 2 leather from a while ago, which means that I'll probably just not bother crafting the tier 1 leather armor. It seems like a lot of this progression in the game, though, is very much based off the crafting system, and I suppose it'll probably tie into the in-game economy quite decently. There is an auction house, which I suppose is similar to like the AH in WoW, or maybe the Grand Exchange or whatever in RuneScape. Certainly, though, it is done by an auction house, so that old barter economy that I think a lot of people loved in RuneScape, where, everyone would just go into Camelot and just spam chat, that's not really a thing, but I think that's okay, actually. This does seem like it's a pretty decently implemented market, so that's what's going on with the market, but I'm not really going to touch that stuff. It's kind of beyond the scope of just seeing what the hell's going on with the game. Now, this area that I'm in here is, actually, let's just bring up the map and I'll show you what that stuff's like. So I started off here in South Bay 2, and you can see this kind of outline, and this game basically operates in a grid system. You can see the roads are a bit of a grid, and then in between the roads, you've got zones. So here's King's Market, that's the place that I'm in. It's kind of like a newbie square that's got lots of useful things. Here's Westford, Westford, then say there's Shepherd's Hollow, so you can see they're kind of like interlinked squares. Now, that's, I kind of got mixed feelings on that. You see, this game is going to be on tablets and browsers and things like that, as well as just being a regular, like, thing that you just download and install. And I suppose one of the technical limitations there is that they can't have a sort of giant seamless open world. And maybe that is to the detriment of the game. I'm not sure, I haven't really played it enough to find out. But I suppose what it can do is they can make it so that each little square can be a little bit more unique. So for an example, Breakwater is kind of like a city-town place, and, things like that. There's also mines and dungeons in this game. I haven't actually been in any of them yet, but if we look at this zone here, Dunmore so there's two little things I can kind of click on here. One of these is a single-player dungeon, and then this one is a multiple-player dungeon. So it seems like it does have a dungeon system. But of course, it's not like a WoW one where you queue up for the dungeon. You actually have to physically run there. And in terms of PvP, the way it works is that I think some areas have got PvP enabled, and that's kind of how that's going. And it seems like there's guild-based PvP as well. For an example, I haven't seen any of them myself yet, but there are actually cities which guilds have captured. And then you can go into that city, and for an example, any of the buildings that you purchase in that city, or the building space, and I'll get on to housing in a minute, but that would kind of contribute to the taxes of the guild who owns the city, so it seems like an interesting enough little system. Anyway, armor, weapons, and tools are what we want right now, so I'm just going to talk to this guy here, and I'll see what we can make. So a novice's broadsword's going to require 16 tier 2 stone, or ore, whatever that is. And I do I have a pickaxe? No, I don't have a pickaxe, oh dear. Well, alright, I'm going to go over to the tools crafter now, and I'll see if I can pick up a pickaxe. There we go, beginner's pickaxe, and I need 3 bits of beginner's wood. Beginner's wood, bane of everyone. Can this be... Oh wait, I'm mounted. Oh, I should probably talk about the mount as well. The mount that I've got right now is contained with the Founders package that the devs gave me, and before I did this video I said that I wouldn't use any of those Founders items because I just wanted to be representative of kind of the base experience, but for the sake of this video just not being full of dead air and stuff, I thought, screw it, I'll use the mount so I can get around faster and sort of show people more in the time that I've got. Now then, pickaxe, let's click in you. Let's, yeah, couldn't afford it, and let's get some crafting going. So I'm in a good situation. I've got my skinning thing, I've got my axe, I've got my pickaxe, And I think if I need to collect stone, yeah, I need to get a stone hammer. Something I wasn't aware of. Apparently stone is collected with hammers. I guess that makes sense. Maybe you crush the stone or something. Yeah. You can tell that I'm not a miner, can't you? Oh, whoops, I'm mounted again. So, let's just collect some of this wood. Oh, whoops. And just kill some innocent animal because what the hell? Ah, right. Now this will give me the basic plethora of weapons. I should, you know what, screw it actually. I should just kill some animals and build a little bit of armor before I head off in my intrepid adventure, because if I do run into something, I probably want to be decently equipped. Though, thankfully, there's loads of rabbits around here, and apparently their leather is big enough to be turned into a breastplate. Yeah, makes sense. I guess it's not really a breastplate if it's not made of like, actual plates. Like, you know, plates of metal. Whatever, let's just get crafting. Okay, that should be enough rabbit hide to get me loads of stuff, so I'll head back in my mount, and we can go to the crafting dude. Okay, hello crafting dude. Accessories. Oh, so you can like get more bag space with that. You can get a cape. Different kinds of chest. I don't know what these things do. I'm assuming the chest is just, maybe it's to do with this. This is like a stash. It's your bank. I've got another mount in there, but not going to really bother with that. A battle vault? Oh, so that's like something that you can put items in which are available during a guild fight. Well, no idea what that is exactly, but it sounds kind of cool. Right then, so what I was going to make was some basic armor. Oh, all I can make from this guy is novice plate. Huh. Oh wait, maybe there's someone here involved with leather armor. Maybe? I don't know. Well, this thing seems to be leather-based down there to the bottom right, so let's have a look at that. But if not, I will just, you know, screw it, I'll head out and we can get some plate armor, because I do plan on being a melee character at the minute. What's this guy doing? Rough? Oh, so this is, like, processing the leather or something. Huh? Let's do this once. Can't do it while mounted. Whoops. So this made... Oh, this made leather out of the hide. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Right, well, let's head back on our mount. And, I suppose we should just head out into the world then. I'll do one last little check over these places to see if I'm not missing the right crafting building. Because I would like some leather armor. But yeah, no, this guy certainly is not going to do it for me. That's the same thing. No, okay. You, sir, you're a lost cause. Goodbye. And I'll just double check the tools trader won't do it. No, he won't. He's a dick as well. Huh. That just says trash. Right, I'm just getting images of Danny DeVito saying trash in my head. Right, what do you do? Oh, right, you're like a repair vendor. Okay, well, I don't need anything to be repaired yet, because I just crafted it all. Ah, right, this person is like leather armor and bows and stuff. Cool. I'm just going to get some leather armor for the, like, just the basic defenses. Ah, I see, right, so yeah, that hide, actually. I could make myself some decent leather armor if I headed back to that guy. I process my leather, then I'd be able to, you know, to use it to make good armor. I suppose if you think about it, you can't just kill an animal and then use its skin. You need to tan it, hence tanneries being a thing, and I suppose this dude is a tanner of things. Alright, well, if I just hit 41, then craft... Oh, whoops, can't do it while mounted. My eternal enemy. Huh. That does appear to be taking a while. I wonder if that's it crafting all 41 at once. I suppose it is, because I don't remember it taking this long the last time. Well, we're nearly there. Look at that guy just grooving out with his bow. Huh. Nearly there. Alright, 42 leather, sweet. And also, here's a usage fee. So the owner of this crafting station has put a usage fee on it. And any crafting that I do that involves silver, I think, will like have an extra little tax applied on it. Now, oh, there's YOLO Swag, our good friend. I'd imagine that, like, if that was a player-made crafting building, that then the player would get that stuff. So it's a pretty cool way of players being able to make towns, and there actually be a sort of financial reason to do that. So if you're the person who has made all the crafting buildings and this whole big crafting emporium, then, you know, you'll get some money back from that. Alright, armor. Leather hood. Can I afford you? Yes, I can. Well, that's the beginner's leather hood. Whoops, the novice one. So, increase the damage dealt with magic or physical. Well, I'm just going to click physical. Again, being mounted my eternal enemy. And there we go, it's now crafting. Though it seems to be red. Maybe for some reason I can't equip it. I have not unlocked it. Interesting. Oh, I think I need to Right, I need to, like, do some finagling with this Destiny board. I'll show you the Destiny board before I head out. Right, so here's the Destiny board. Whoa, confusing. Essentially, you start off here, and then when you complete a few of these little mini objective things, you get into the middle, and there's a tree of things you can do for farming, for crafting, for fighting, and then for gathering. So I suppose, if we looked here, so that you can be like a Hunter's Lodge crafter, which will allow you to make huntery items. I see, that's kind of cool. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's just make some really basic stuff and then head out into the world, because I am conscious that I've been kind of twiddling my thumbs in town for quite a while. Alright, so there we go, I've made a headpiece, and I'll now just make some shoes. Now for the shoes I can choose an ability. I'm just going to choose Run, which is an unused sprint. I like the customization there. I think it's cool being able to customize stuff based on the gear that you're wearing. Alright, so now we are ready to go in the world, so let's hop on the mount and head out and go and see things and explore and, I don't know, stuff. Right, so the way these zones typically work is you've got a road going through them, and then kind of like wooded, you know, just like wilderness areas. Now, zones can either be PvP or PvE. I think most of them so far seem to be PvE, but I like the way there's a distinction there. However, you will find plenty of mobs and things like that in the wilderness, and it's pretty easy to die. So you need to watch out. You can't kind of derp mode through this game, because, like with RuneScape, when you die, you drop your stuff. So, it's fun like that. Basically, if you die, your corpse is protected for a few minutes, and if you can't get back there in time, well, tough luck. You have just lost your stuff if someone comes and picks it up. I know that might seem really harsh, but I think that it adds, like, just a sense of tension. That's one of the things I loved about RuneScape. You didn't want to die because there was a real consequence, and, you know, it was a game that wasn't afraid to punish you. But I think in RuneScape it really helped for the tension, so hopefully by the time this game reaches its, its full stage, it'll be able to do the same thing. Now, you can see these little sandy areas here, right? These are plots, and players can purchase the plots and then put buildings on them. So, are there any free plots around here? I don't think, like, I don't have enough money to buy a plot. But it's worth taking a look anyway. Well, I'll just show you the building placement menu. So, like, for a lumber mill, I could, you know, place it in the right place. And if I owned the real estate here, then I would be able to place the building. And maybe if someone else came along, I could charge a fee for them to use the building. And, yeah, everyone gets happy. So, it's kind of interesting. Now then, let's just head out into the wilderness. And one thing you probably notice with this game is its art style is a bit more cartoony and stuff like that. And a part of the reason for that's because it can't, they can't be pushing a photorealistic game onto the consoles, or not the consoles, the tablets or anything like that. But I generally do prefer something that's a bit stylized, and that's why I'm happy with this art style. Though I think they do need better anti-aliasing. That would be kind of nice, and maybe a little bit more polish here and there. But certainly for an alpha, I mean, it definitely looks serviceable. And it sort of feels kind of relaxing when you're out in the wilderness. At least when you're not worrying for your life, because it's got some nice, like, ambient chirping of animals and little things like that. Alright, so I suppose this is probably something interesting. Okay, iron ore, that's that level 2 ore. I'm assuming we'll need to go to a smelter if we want to process that. And I guess once I process that, then I'll be able to make some better armor. Is this advanced? Yeah, so here we can see Trainee Gatherer. Gather any tier 2 resources worth 100 fame, and as I gather these tier 2 resources, that little thing ticks up. So the progression system's kind of based off this Destiny board, and it seems like the more you progress through the various things, then the better off you are. Honestly, this does feel kind of similar to maybe RuneScape, because in RuneScape, you got better at a thing by doing the thing, right? If you kept on mining, you'd be a better miner, and that's essentially what they're doing here, but it does seem like it is a bit more directed in terms of there being more specific objectives. Still, I think it's okay, actually. It's a cool enough system. We'll, of course, have to see how it, how it is by the actual release of this game, because it is only in its alpha stage at the minute. I do wish I had a better pickaxe, not gonna lie. I wonder if someone has got a crafting vendor near me. Oh well, so how much of this stuff do I have now? Yeah, like, I'll wait till I get 15. Now, some of this might look kind of dull to you, but I've always found stuff like this to be relaxing. I don't really mind the busy work in a game that's kind of more sandboxy. So there we go, I've got 15 iron ores. Let's just get 16. I don't know. Because reasons, it's nice to get more things. Now, I've already got loads of the hides, but for an example, I can start a fight with this fox here. And the fox is decently strong, right? It's got nearly as much health as me. But of course, I've got a sword, and I can just hit Q to use this ability. And it seems like it spends this blue resource that's under my my character portrait. And then I can kill this fox. Or not kill it, skin it. And the way that it works in terms of the resources is essentially resources will sort of spawn over time. Now that fox only had, I think, 10 hide on it because I'm assuming it was killed recently, and then when it respawned, it didn't respawn with its full amount. But if I were to, say, come back to that ore in an hour, instead of there only being 7 left, there could be more because it would regenerate over time. So let's hop back on the horse, and I don't know, actually, yeah, I'll try to have a look at the world map and see what's going on in the other zones. I think it's a really charming world map, though. I like its style. So we're in Westford currently. Shepherd's Hollow does seem to have some crafting stuff going on, though. So players have definitely set up some stuff here. And it does seem like players have set up a sort of decent-ish sized town. Doesn't seem like there's a massive amount of stuff here, though. Alright, well, that's kind of cool. I'll have to show you one of the big cities. Yeah, actually, screw it. Let's go to Seamouth and have a look at that. I don't know why this district of the city is, like, squared off in white. I'm assuming maybe they open it district at a time, and then, when players buy stuff up, like, more areas of the city open up to be purchased. Not sure. But I like the way that, because of that system, I suppose they will be able to make a city in a game that feels like a really genuinely big city. Because a lot of the time in games, you know, it's a town or a city, but it's actually kind of tiny. I mean, come on, Goldshire is like 5 buildings. But of course, it, you know, obviously makes sense for WoW to do it in the way that it does, because it's a very different game to this, and having Goldshire being a sprawling metropolis would, of course, be pretty terrible for the actual playability of the game. Let's see what players have made down here, though. Right, so there seems to be some crafting stuff going on up here, so I'll head over there. And in terms of, like, the houses, I think you can also build furniture and just little cosmetic things as well. Now, in terms of business model, I don't know 100%, but this game is free to play. However, the devs have said loads of things about how much they dislike pay to win, and they're going to be, you know, the money elements of the game, I suppose, are not going to be based on power. They'll be based off cosmetic things and perhaps speed of progression, which is, I think, the general, like, okay way to do things. Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite business model. I do generally prefer to just play a flat fee, get everything. Honestly, I like the way the World of Warcraft does it, but hey, I don't know, it's a different kind of game. So let's, I suppose, find a smelter. Will you smelt things for me? He will! Yay! Oh my god, this usage fee is plus 55%. Okay, but iron bars are free, so this person's not going to get any of my money! Yay! Nutrition is too low? Please feed the building first. I don't... What? Oh! Oh, I see. I kind of, like, need to give the dude stuff. I am very confused right now. Invalid rights. Okay, so it looks like I'm not able to feed him. Only the owner can feed him. Well, if you don't feed your blacksmith isn't going to work for you, I suppose. Makes sense. Let's just continue on our adventure to this city place, though. Oh, and that plot's for sale. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to buy it. And yeah, I'll go via the path here because, like, going through the road is dangerous because you run into bandits. Jesus, it's oh my, what that boar. Oh, okay. Can I stand up to this boar? I don't know if I can. It's a really strong boar. Screw this. I'm leaving. Oh dear. I'm not dying to a boar. Yeah, right. I'm not dying to a boar. You see, that was terrifying. And I suppose the idea of losing all your items because you got mauled by a boar when you're trying to just mind your own business, that does add to a sense of tension that I think is just a cool thing in general with games. Boars, scary boars. I wonder, are there any bandit camps near here? I nearly died a few times when I was just doing, like, research for this game. I nearly died to bandit camps. They are terrifying. Oh damn, all these resources are they're depleted. Actually, yeah. Wait, no, I think this one might have something left in it. No, it's depleted as well. Silly me. I think those crystals can be used for some of the higher tier crafting as well. Anyway, we are heading on our way. And it seems, yeah, one thing I've noticed too is a lot of the maps are kind of blocked off. Not blocked off, but they use kind of raised up areas to distinguish parts of the map. So, like, if I want to get up here, I need to kind of go via the path. So, I suppose that's a bit of just a distinction between areas that are maybe more dangerous and ones that aren't. So, actually, hang on. Yeah, there's a forge over here. I might be able to craft some stuff. Yeah, this person has fed their forge. And yay, they've fed their smelter. Fantastic. So, I'll make 17 of these. I wish it would just auto-dismount you for that. That would be kind of handy. It's nice and fast, though, this crafting speed. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so we've refined our resources, and I'm assuming this means that if I go to this crafter guy, I'll be able to make this stuff. Oh, I haven't defined my spell slots, so increase the total. Yeah, let's go aggressive. And then I can build this, but I won't be able to equip it because I haven't, kind of haven't unlocked the right, if you know what I mean. Interesting. Well, if I have a look at the Destiny board, let's try to make sense of this thing. Trainee Fighter, Trainee Ranger, Trainee Warrior, Trainee Mage. So there's Warrior. Adept Plate-Wearing Fighter. Oh, so I actually need to just kill creatures worth 15 fame. So I just need to go out and slaughter things, actually, if I want to be able to make, wear even, that better gear. I suppose I may as well do that then. Alright. Foxes! I'm coming for you! Haha. Where are the foxes? Well, the fox hunting has not went very well. Actually, I probably need to hop down, don't I? Yeah, I'll need to jump down from this like little raised plateau bit into the more dangerous kind of wilds area. Now, I'll probably try to finish this video up kind of quickish. I think most of the stuff's sort of been covered. I'm assuming that rabbit won't really help us towards our goal of fighting stuff. Because rabbits are not tier 2 creatures, rabbits are tier 1 creatures. Ah, hello, fox. Aha! Oh, the little objective thingy has disappeared here. Let's see, I think you can filter these, so I'll show fighting missions. Does not seem to be working. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Kill creatures with 15 fame. Okay, I just need to keep on butchering foxes then. Ah. You know what, I'm just going to kill a bunch of them and come back when I have that done. Okay then, so I am nearly done with this trainee fighter thing. I just need to kill a few more creatures. I found these tier 3 wolves, but, or level 3 wolves, but they're pretty easy to kill actually. So there we go, proficiency gained, trainee fighter. Interesting actually, my skinning knife isn't even good enough to use that. So this has given me novice weapons to use. And it would seem that that's all that it's done, but that's fine. We've got enough resources for those novice weapons, so I'm just going to zoom back to that crafting station. Okay then, so I'm back at the crafting place, and I also just grabbed some ore on my way back, so I can now equip that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'm now wearing some metal armor, and I guess I should probably wear some, yeah, I'll just get some, like a chest piece as well. And I can either get something which reflects oncoming damage or increases armor. I think I'm just going to go for the... actually, screw it. You know, I've already started crafting. That's not even an excuse. No, let's go with the one that reflects damage, because that seems kind of cool, actually. So I'll grab that. How much does that cost again? That costs... Oh, wow, that costs most of what I have. But that's fine. So now you can see I'm looking a little bit more knightly. How much is a sword, I wonder... 16, you know what, screw it, we can wait for now. Getting that weapon, though, will probably get us some more ability, so I'll just show you what the selection is. Whoops, that's a shield. If we go then to spells for this, yeah, you can select 3 different abilities. So there's the heroic strike that we know, then there's also disabling strike, which is an interrupt, taunt, which I suppose is a taunt, then some passives. So I like the way that, just as the weapons kind of increase in power, not only do they have better numbers, but in terms of gameplay, they give you a little bit more to play with. Stuff like that's kind of nice, I guess. Now then, let's head over to that city, and I'll probably wrap the video up there. I feel like I've shown most of what I want to show at the, you know, for this game, just to give you the basics of what's going on. There are dungeons, but they're essentially just, you go into a cave and you kill dudes, and then there's player dungeons, which are, or group dungeons, which are the same, and then there's PvP, which, I don't know, it would take, like, getting in a guild and a lot of stuff for that, and honestly, I'm more interested in the crafting, the progression, and all that stuff. Whoa. The PvP cluster. Huh. That sounds like a surefire way to get myself killed. But yeah, you can see this is a town, and maybe we'll go into the PvP cluster in a second, and I'm assuming, like, this is... Oh, that's what a Okay. I have no idea what a PvP cluster is. This is interesting. I haven't been to this town before, and it... Huh. I'm guessing it's just, like, a PvP-activated part of the town. Maybe that's got to do with, like, the struggle for control to see who, like, owns that section. Odd. So you can see this part of the town here is where there's loads of building going on. This is like all free land that's for sale. And I think the way it works, yeah, essentially you put down a building and then you just sort of put resources into it and then it builds. So this person, as you can see, has put in a lot of stuff. All they need is this anchor item to be able to build their legendary explorer shelter, which is one of the items that comes with the legendary founders pack. It's just like a cosmetic thing from what I know anyway. Screw it, let's just put some items away and go into that PvP cluster and see what the hell's going on, because that's kind of intriguing. So, oh, whoops. Okay, right, you need to click drag there. There should be a way. Does shift click do it? No. Does alt click? No. Right, they need some sort of deposit all hotkey or just a way to throw your items into your bank a little bit faster. I'm probably going to get absolutely wrecked in this PvP place, though, because my gear is kind of terrible, but it's YOLO and stuff. Right, they're the words people say. Hang on, where is the PvP cluster? Oh, wait, I think it's in here. I don't even know what this is. Oh, we're discovering things, right. That was probably a terrible thing to do. Okay. We are now... Oh, never mind. That was actually just a place... Oh yeah, that's just the next zone over, which apparently is a limited PvP zone. Alright, fair enough then. So I think I've really... that's like most of what's going on here. Essentially, the main progression is via doing things in that destiny tree thingy that we had a look at earlier. So if you craft more things, you'll get better at crafting, you'll be able to craft better gear, and then if you go and fight more things, you'll be a better fighter, you'll be able to wear more of the gear that you craft, then you can get into PvP, guilds, dungeons, etc. And that seems to be the gist of things at the minute. It's very early on in this game's development cycle, or at least decently early on. I think they've got one more alpha test after this, then they go into a beta, and then it will launch. So that's roughly what's going on there. Personally, I'm quite intrigued. I'll definitely pay attention to this game when it launches properly and, you know, the full release comes out, because from what I've played right now, it seems relevant to my interests. I suppose it always saddened me that RuneScape went the way that it did. You know, Jagex made a bunch of shifty decisions, and maybe this is another opportunity to see a game of a similar, you know, standard and style done better with some more modernized mechanics. Certainly the crafting's fun. The picking up of items is fun. I am aware of this black screen. I'm assuming it's just a bug because it's the alpha. But that's really it for the game. So let me know what you thought about it down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.